Take a look at this shit right here. This female officer gets her gun took by psychopath, and her male partner had to come save her. Let's get into it. That's her screaming.
Dramatic body cam video just released of a shirtless man able to wrestle a gun away from a police officer. This all began with a reported carjacking attempt, but ended in a deadly police shooting. Eyewitness News reporter Jory Rand joining us live with more of that dramatic video and the story behind it. Jory.
Mark, this happened back in January. The man who was shot and killed was running from police. The chase was about to be called off, but that man then grabbed an officer's gun. We have video from Fountain Valley Police of what happened next, and we do want to warn you, the video is disturbing.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
He's sick.
That
Jesus
is
Christ.
the voice of a Fountain Valley police officer
Look,
who
watch,
just had her
watch.
gun taken away
He
from
walks
her,
up to
begging
her.
for
She's
her
pointing the
life
gun
as
at
her
him.
partner.
She's pointing the gun at him as he walks up to her. He grabs the gun while she's still pointing it at him. She doesn't pull the trigger. He takes the gun away from her.
Who had been chasing her attacker on foot reaches the scene.
Put it down, dude! Put it down!
That man
Then
climbs
the
into
male
police cruiser and the officer
competent
opens fire.
cop has to come save her.
The man, who was later identified as 26-year-old
Christ.
Ocean McClintock, was shot and killed. This had all started when McClintock was seen trying to get into a woman's car, a passerby calling 911.
You could see her like afraid in her car as he's trying to open her door.
When the officer found him, McClintock was initially cooperative.
Not in trouble or anything, man. I just need to talk to you.
As the officer tried to get McClintock to sit down, things turn in an instant.
Huh?
Huh?
Take a seat.
I don't have to.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
In Jesus' name I pray forever. Amen.
A foot pursuit begins, and in perhaps the most tragic part of this entire
my
encounter,
God.
it nearly ended with no further problems.
If he tries to run again, just let him go.
But by then, McClintock had reached the cruiser.
No, they was about
and
to
the
let him
female
go
officer.
too. He literally said if he tries to run again, just let him go.
Her body camera had yet to begin.
Look,
recording
look, look,
audio,
look, look,
but
look.
McClintock can be seen grabbing her gun, and the two struggle.
This woman is an
The officer
idiot.
not firing when she had the chance, and this could have ended very differently.
He could have shot you when he took your gun because he's clearly out of his fucking mind. He's clearly nuts. When people start doing random stuff and then start, but the Lord and Jesus Christ, they're gonna fucking kill somebody. You let him grab your gun while she's already pointing the gun at him. He walks up to her and grab the gun, and she doesn't pull the trigger. Bro, I swear, I always say this. I don't care what nobody say. Women should not be in no form of law enforcement whatsoever. They shouldn't be. They're not capable. They're not capable. This is why you shouldn't be, because every man that encounters a police officer, at any point in time, if he decides, it's up to his discretion. If he decides to overpower this woman and take her weapon or do whatever he want to do to her, he can do it, and she can't stop him. That's a problem. If the vast majority of the suspects that you're going to encounter could easily overpower you and do whatever they want, take your weapon or do whatever they want to you, I don't think you should be a police officer. I'm just keeping it real. Women should not be in the military, on the front lines. Not saying they can't be involved at all, but they shouldn't be on the front lines. Women should not be police officers on the front lines. They could do office work, paperwork, whatever, little stupid stuff. But this type of stuff on the front line, I know men, cops, when they're with a female cop, they're just like, oh my God. I know they feel so much more vulnerable. Especially if you're in a certain community, in a certain neighborhood where crime rate's crazy through the roof, and you got this chick with you that's fucking 5'3". It's just like, oh my God. I see a lot of police officers where I'm from. It's bad. They're very tiny and feeble. So if we were to get into a situation where I'm like, I have to overpower them, I can easily overpower them, and there's nothing they can do about it. 99% of men in an encounter with a female officer, if he decides to overpower her, he can easily do it. Easily. Even if he's her size and stature, same height as her, whatever, he can still overpower because he's still going to be stronger than her. So I don't know. I know we at a point now where maybe we're too far gone in terms of there's not a lot of people like applying to be police officers. The job is just, it's just not worth it no more. The money is low. You can't really do your job because the laws now, we live in a society now where the criminals are protected. They go out their way to protect the criminals, and fuck you. And if you do something to the criminal who's gonna harm a bunch of other people, then they investigating you and trying to figure out what's going on, and you literally just doing your job, protecting and serving. But they treat you like the fucking criminal. So most people don't want to do that. The cops that from yesteryear, from early 2000s and 90s, they're going. Most of them is retiring. They're older. They retiring. They getting out of here. The younger cops, they know their hands are tied. They can't do anything. It's body cam footage, which is cool. I don't have a problem with that. That actually helps out on both sides. But you can't do your job. They just let them go. They get arrested. They out the next day, no bond. Like, my girl is a police officer. It's just like, she's like 5 feet tall. She's like 5'2". If somebody wanted to overpower her, they can easily do it. Most of the time, she just gets over because she know how to talk. So people just let her rock. Like, all right, she's the talker. But, you know what I'm saying? If they just decide, you're not arresting me, what are you going to do? How are you going to arrest them? You know what I'm saying? It's just not, it's not worth it, man. And they don't have enough bodies to fill the roles. So they kind of need one. But I think they should start phasing them out. Of course, we live in this PC society now where a woman is just as strong as a man and she could do whatever a man could do. No, she can't. And everyday situations like this happen. It proves that no, they are not just as capable as a man. They're not. The average woman is almost twice as weak as the average man. So you're setting yourself up for failure, because most of the criminals that you're going to run into, whether it's a man or a woman, they can easily overpower you. Especially if it's a man. It's a 100% chance he could easily overpower you. Like, I've seen videos with two female police officers trying to arrest this dude. He was letting it happen at first, and then he just came to his senses like, wait a minute, I'm not gonna get arrested. He just fucking pulled away from them and ran off, and there's nothing they slow. They couldn't catch him. They're slow as hell. They ran like 20 feet. He was already done fucking 2 blocks away, busting a left on Smith Street. That's how far he was. They jumped in their car. They ran back to their cruiser, jumped in their car, left their handcuffs. One of them left their handcuffs on the ground. I'm like, Jesus Christ, these women are terrible at their job. You see what happened to Trump, where they almost killed him? The women ducking down, hiding, bullets is flying. The men jumping on Donald Trump, ready to risk their life. Because it's just a different mentality. Men are built for this. Women are not built to be in law enforcement and doing certain things. They just have all these women out here filling the role. And bro, it's almost just as much female police officers as males when I be seeing them outside. It's like 50-50, which is crazy for that type of job. That's crazy. There's certain jobs where the ratio to man to woman, it will be skewed in one way or the other. But it all depends on the job. But in a job like this, law enforcement, it should not be almost 50-50 women, 50-50 men. It should not be like that. Because as you can see, women are when they're under pressure, especially life and death situation under pressure, women fold up 99% of the time. They don't do well under pressure. They don't. You see her. This man comes, she starts pleading for, oh my God, please. How did he even bro, a man, from the minute he got that gun pointed at him and this man walks up to him and grabs his hand, he letting go. I'm sure. Because, of course, you don't want to, you know what I'm saying? You try your best to not have to kill anybody. But I have my gun pointed at you. You walk up to me and grab my hand and grab my gun. I'm pulling the trigger. One of my fingers already on the trigger. I'm warning you, don't do it. Don't do it. You grab my hand, I'm pulling the trigger. Emptying the clip on you. I'm not playing with you. I'm not going to let you disarm me. Like, what the fuck? And that's the thing, too. And the reason, too, why it's even worse for women to be police officers, because women know in most situations with most criminals, they can easily be overpowered. So they're going to be a lot more likely to use lethal force. A man, he'll know, all right, I could tase him, beat him with the stick, wrestle him to the ground. You'll take other means to getting the job done without having to murder the person. But when you see a female cop and she's dealing with you, you tend to be more wary because you know, and she also knows that if this situation goes left, 9 times out of 10, she's going to use lethal force because she can't. How else is she going to be able to subdue you? She can't physically do it. So the chance of her using lethal force is a lot higher. So men know that. So when women come around them, they like, oh my fucking God. Your life is in more danger when a female cop comes around you. I've seen tons of videos like that, where a dude is not even doing anything, and the chick pulls out her gun and start pointing at him. Because she know if he did decide to do something, how else is she going to fucking subdue him? They're going to have to shoot you. So that also, too, I think is problematic, and that's not the type of society we should be living in with all these trigger-happy women running around out here because they physically can't do the job. So they almost have to resort to lethal force most of the time when most situation arrives because they can't subdue the situation in any other way. They have to pull out their gun and shoot somebody. They can't fucking, once the talk it down process gets escalated beyond that, like, all right, we trying to talk him down, he's not hearing it, and it's about to get violent, they have to reach for their gun and use lethal force, because how else they gonna do it? A man, he'll take a bunch of other steps before he shoots you. He'll wrestle with you, boom, take you down, especially if it's 2 of them, take you to the ground, tase you, fucking knock you upside the head with the stick multiple times, punch you, elbow you, whatever. Until it's to a point where it's like, all right, I have to kill this person. They're coming at me with a weapon, or they're reaching for my weapon, or certain things like that. But a woman is like, all right, if this dude just socks me in the mouth, I'm liable to get knocked out cold. Then he could take my gun, take my taser, wrestle me to the ground. I can't fight him all physically, so I might have to shoot him. Which is not, I don't think, no, we don't need that type of shit running around out here in these streets. I've seen it a lot of time. These are the two. There's no in between. It's either the women are very trigger happy because they cannot subdue the criminal in any other way, or they fold up when they're under pressure and shit goes left and a situation like this happened. She shouldn't be no police officer. That woman is fucking panicking. She don't know what to do. The man grabs her gun. She just let him take the gun without pulling the trigger. And after he gets the gun, oh, please don't shoot me. Oh my God. A man would never do that. A man would never do that. It's not that he wants to die, but he's not going to start crying. And the fuck you crying? One, he would never let the person get the gun. And if somehow he got the gun and reached the point, he's not going to start crying. This woman damn near probably cried. She probably went home that day and cried to her boyfriend, husband, or her lesbian lover. She probably cried her little eyes out. Because in her mind, this dude, if that man decided he could have, because he had the gun, he took the gun away from her, he could have shot her. And she dead now. So you know she either resigned, I'm the leader, I'm the captain, or whoever the fuck, and I can decide who goes where. Bitch, you going on death duty. I'm not gonna let you running around out here and you let people take you, disarm your gun. And it's not like dude snuck up on you and took your gun. You had your gun already drawn, pointed at him, and he took it away from you. Are you fucking retarded? You just let this man walk up to you while your gun is already pointed at him, and you just let him disarm you? Yeah, you can't know. And any male partner, if that was another woman that pulled up, Jesus Christ, if it was 2 women, oh my God, she probably would have never shot him. She'd probably said, stop, freeze, freeze. You would have drove off with a police car, ran over 10 babies. You know how that go. If there was another female cop with her, she probably would have ran up and then they said, freeze, freeze. Because most women don't want to use lethal force. They don't want to shoot nobody. Women are not built like that, dog. They conscious, they're not. Women are more nurturers. They're not out here running around criminals and tackling them and taking them to the ground and gunning people down. This is not the Wild West. Women don't live like that. They're not built like that. That's not in their nature as a woman. They're filled with estrogen. That they're not built for that. So she, under that situation, she just panicked and just let this man take her gun away from her. Because she like, in her mind, she's like, I don't want to shoot him. And he's an innocent, he's a man. I don't want to kill anybody. And it's like, well, you in the wrong job, shorty. Because there's going to be situations where you might have to kill somebody. This is literally what the job consists of. You're a police officer. You protect and serve. And when somebody's trying to fucking take your gun away from you, you have all rights. You're within your rights to kill them. But she folded up on the pressure like most of them will and would do. And then the man had to come save her. But they go somewhere, I don't need no man. Yeah, you don't need no man, all right. Well, you needed your partner that day. Because that dude who already disarmed you could have easily shot you. Good thing he wasn't on that type of murderous mentality. You know what I'm saying? He just was fucking out of his mind, but he wasn't on, I'm gonna just kill this police officer. Good thing, because if he was, you'd have been dead. Because he had plenty of ample time to shoot you before your partner got there on the scene and took him out. But this is what happens. So, yeah, a learning lesson for you lady, you female officers out there. If you can't do the job, if it's too much for you, or if you don't want to be put in a position to where you have to take somebody out, you need to get another job. It's simple. There's plenty of thousands of other jobs out here that would be a better fit for you and be right up your alley. And you'd probably enjoy it way more than doing this shit. I don't think there's many female officers that just, this was their dream to be a police officer. Most jobs people get or get into is just for a paycheck. It got good benefits. All right, cool, fuck it, I'll take it. But this was never their dream. Go do something else. You could probably do another job that pays just as much money, because police officers don't pay that much, especially when you're starting out. After a while, you'll reach up to decent money, but starting out, you don't get no money. So I would advise, if it was me and I was in charge, I would start trickling out a lot of these women and start trying to get more men into law enforcement, to where it's at least a 90-10 split. 90% men, 10% females. And the females are going to only be doing certain positions, driving, office work, paperwork. They're not going to be on the front lines doing patrol. No. Giving people tickets. They could do, you know what I'm saying? But front lines, running criminals down, jumping fences. No. That's just me. But we live in a time now where, oh, women are just as strong as men and they just as capable as men and whatever.
Please don't shoot me.
That don't look good.
So the Orange County District Attorney's Office and the Fountain Valley Police Internal Affairs Department are both investigating this shooting. We also found a GoFundMe set up for McClintock's family and his funeral expenses. It describes McClintock as a compassionate person.
That don't look good. I'm gonna just keep it real. But y'all got the gist of the video. We're gonna end it right there. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and you know I'll be back to y'all with another one.